Lesson 38. Let's begin with our first word, adopt. A useful phrase to remember is adopt a child. To adopt means to take something as your own, whether it is a person, idea, or habit. Parents can adopt a child, meaning they legally take care of a child as their own. A person might also adopt a new way of thinking or a different style of clothing. The phrase adopt a child is used when talking about taking legal responsibility for a child who is not biologically yours. Now, let's look at compensate. A helpful phrase for this word is compensate the workers. To compensate means to give something, usually money, in return for work or a loss. A company compensates workers by paying them for their time and effort. If someone breaks another person's phone, they might compensate them by buying a new one. The phrase compensate the workers is used when talking about paying employees fairly for their job. Next, we have editorial. A good phrase to remember is editorial page. An editorial is an article in a newspaper, magazine, or website that expresses an opinion. Editorial pages in newspapers often discuss political issues, social problems, or current events. A journalist might write an editorial about why recycling is important. The phrase editorial page is used when talking about sections in the media where people share opinions rather than just reporting facts. Let's move on to geological. An example phrase is geological study of rocks. If something is geological, it relates to the Earth's structure, including rocks, soil, and land formations. Scientists do geological studies to learn how mountains were formed or to find oil and minerals underground. A geological map shows where different types of rocks are found. The phrase geological study of rocks is used when talking about researching Earth's surface and history. Now let's talk about incredible. A useful phrase is that's incredible. If something is incredible, it is so amazing that it is almost hard to believe. A magician's tricks might seem incredible. If someone wins the lottery twice, people would say it's incredible. The phrase that's incredible is used when expressing surprise and amazement at something shocking or impressive. Next, we have lure. A great phrase for this word is lure the fish. To lure means to attract or tempt someone or something, often by offering something they want. A fisherman lures a fish by using bait. Advertisements lure customers by showing exciting deals. The phrase lure the fish is used when talking about attracting fish with bait to catch them. Let's move on to navigable. An important phrase to remember is navigable waterways. If something is navigable, it means boats or vehicles can travel through it easily. A deep and wide river is a navigable waterway because ships can pass through it safely. Roads must be clear and in good condition to be navigable by cars. The phrase navigable waterways is used when talking about rivers, lakes, or canals where boats can travel without problems. Now, let's discuss pivot. A phrase to associate with this word is turn against the pivot. A pivot is a fixed point that something turns around. A basketball player pivots by keeping one foot in place while turning with the other. A company might pivot to a new business strategy when the old one isn't working. The phrase turn against the pivot is used when talking about movement around a central point, like in sports or machinery. Next, we have ridicule. A useful phrase is don't ridicule your friends. To ridicule means to make fun of someone in a mean way. If someone laughs at another person's mistake, they are ridiculing them. A teacher might tell students not to ridicule classmates for giving a wrong answer. The phrase, don't ridicule your friends, is used when reminding people to be kind and not make fun of others. Finally, let's talk about tranquil. A helpful phrase is tranquil waters. If something is tranquil, it is peaceful, calm, and quiet. A tranquil garden is a quiet place where people can relax. Tranquil waters on a lake are smooth, with no waves or strong currents. The phrase tranquil waters is used when describing a body of water that is still and peaceful, creating a relaxing atmosphere. That's the end of Lesson 38. Keep practicing these words and phrases to build your vocabulary and confidence.